Instagram and TikTok flood you with 10-second horoscopes, clickbait. No depth, no truth. People beg for the Leo King to do it, and I only ride out when it's gotten bad.
One man's riding, truth in hand. Leo King's the last to stand. Eyes wide open, fire inside. Cut through shadows.
Your feed floods you with 10-second horoscopes, clickbait. No depth, no truth.
Astro gimmicks, shallow lore, false predictions, spreading more. Leo King, he won't pretend. Real astrology to defend. Stars align to guide his way, standing strong, won't betray. Loud and clear, his message rings. Authenticity he brings. Leo King rides into the fire. Crusader taking it higher. Breaking chains of fake desire. Burn the false race, truth's empire. No illusion, just what's real. Passion, bold, a heart of steel. Ride forever, never tired. Lead us on through smoke and fire. Leo King rides into the fire, truth crusader taking it higher, breaking chains of fake desire, burn the false race, truth's empire. Ride on, Leo King lead the way. Ride on, brighter every day. Ride on, fighting false attire. Ride on forever into the fire.
What is going on, everyone? It's David Palmer, Leo King, and Mr. Rion from Team Light here in the building. The Lightworkers. Well, we are all activated. It's 2026. We're finally here. What up, dude? It's good to be here in the studio.
What up, player? Namaste and Lakech, my family, and welcome to Orange County. We are here in Southern California, and I just love Palmer's studio. I came in hot to deliver some information for you guys, some intel, and I just wanted to, me and David discuss like what was most important right now in the collective and what was most important right now for all the light workers across the planet. So we wanted to do a video to disclose that and talk about some cool up and coming things.
Well, big up and coming thing. Another big event. I mean, honestly, it's been really awesome being like on this run with you because like I don't even know how many in a row we've done now together. And
it's a lot.
They keep getting better. I will say I fucking love doing it in Sedona. Don't get me wrong, I like Texas.
Yeah.
We've done Texas now a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
But there's just something special in Sedona. And I know we could talk vortex.
Yeah.
So 2008. We're in 2026 now. It really is just there is no other place like it. And especially when you're doing the spiritual work, you want to be at a vortex. Like there really, and I'm not putting down anything, but there's not very vortexy energy in Texas.
No, not where we were. No, I mean, Sedona's home turf. That's where I've lived for the last 16 years. And all the guardians that are in that territory, all the energies, all the vortexes, the different ET species have different territories There's a Lyran territory, a bird tribe territory, Anunnaki territory, a dragon territory. Each of the different districts, and Sedona in a lot of ways is treated like the dark side of the moon, where you're not really allowed to fight there. I don't know if you knew that energetically. So energetically, some of us who live there, we're not really allowed to adjust things as we can outside of Sedona. I learned this a long time ago when I went to Bolivia and I went to Lake Titicaca. I had been awake maybe for like 2 years. Third eye's on, energy arms are on, and we were in the bus ride to get on a boat to go out to Sun Island. And I remember just my guides yelling at me, pull your arms in, pull your arms in. And I was like, what are you talking about? Just like at home, I was like, pull your arms in. I was like, oh, okay. We're going through the gates. So that's how I learned how Sedona is special, because my guides were literally like, hey, just like home, you're not loud. Like, keep your hands tight, keep your energy professional. And even though recently, especially since COVID, and a lot of people moved in there.
Fakey COVID?
Yeah, listen, I don't want to. A lot of people moved in there. And I mean, Berkshire Hathaway, these jackasses bought up all the houses. I am in a neighborhood, David. I'm the only, me and my neighbor are the last house standing. The 40 houses that are around us are all Airbnbs, are owned by corporations. So whatever this was that took place from a macro scale, they basically booted all of the people that were actually spiritually like holding it down. They're no longer there. They all sold their houses, got it, paid very nice for their house. But as far as holding that place down, and right now there is kind of a subtle back and forth war going on. Not a war, but I don't know if you want to call it a battle, similar to in Bali. Bali has that going on.
Bali has that going on in the crazy way. I mean, it's really sad because it's a religious state now, Muslim based. You can't even have sex there unless you're married.
In Bali?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, that law was a couple of years ago. But that's what's happened to all of Indonesia, and it was all based off the 2004 tsunami that came, and that there was a mosque that was still there. And so the people literally started thinking, well, I guess we need to be Muslim based off that. And it trickled into Jakarta and all through Indonesia. And then you started seeing over the years police that are all just extreme Islamic law, 100%.
Right.
And it's now Bali's the last place, and I don't think it's going to last much longer.
Right. Yeah, I do. I know some different Lightworker couples that live there, and they tell me all the intel, and they say that that Davos crowd goes in there once a year. They rent out a large portion of the island, and it's really kind of become more like a, instead of a spiritual place, it's almost like a nomad place, like a digital nomad place. And there is a lot of stuff, and just to give everyone a heads up on doing spiritual practice and going to different locations. There's 3 levels. I'll explain it like this. In any spiritual place you go to, let's talk about Egypt or Bali, but really Egypt, because this is where I learned it. There's 3 levels. First level of the activation, let's just say, is you're getting a calling to go to some place, and say you go to Egypt. Say you want to, you're being drawn there. That's level 1. Take photos, tourist stuff. No one, you're not really messed with. Level 2 is that you're going there to get specific downloads from specific locations, and you're activating that dormant DNA. Okay. Level 3, however, is when you are tested. You might go through the Anubis test, in the sense that certain deities in Egypt, when you're actually there going to pick up your soul pieces from past timelines, they will check you. They will make sure that you know who you are. That's mainly what the Anubis test is knowing who you are, and then choosing to obviously ascend beyond where you are now. And there's a huge ego test that comes with that. Most humans will never get the level 3. But the level 3 test, I feel, is one of the most proliferant in actually activating a human being. When I picked up my soul piece on the back right hand of the Sphinx, I have a video of it on Unite the Collective. It's called 20 2012. God, it's been so long. 2012. I don't know, activation, right? It took me about 2.5 years to process that version of myself, and the energy behind it was why it worked for me. At least it was like it felt like I left a piece of myself there that's been sitting there, and I don't know if you guys know what Egypt really looks like, but in 5D, it's just date trees. The rivers are flowing. It does not look like it looks in the physical, even though they've done a lot of work on it. I'm very happy about
Yeah,
that.
they just did that new library too in that museum.
Yeah, billions of dollars on that. But when I was there in 2012, the main issue was, I mean, it was crazy. You're talking about the kind of like the Muslim thing that was going on. The Brotherhood was trying to take over Egypt December 21st, 2012. When I was there doing the activation on the Giza Plateau, there was a bomb threat. And only 6 people were out there on the plateau December 21st, 2012. And 4 of those people were in my group. I guess there was a bomb threat, and they basically vacated the entire plateau. And for whatever reason, spirit, I was riding a camel. Me and a couple of my sister and Linka, we were riding camels out there. And we went through the side entrance. So we didn't even know there was a bomb threat. We just get out there. And we thought, I'm like, wow, this is, December 21st, 2012. There's 6 people on the plateau. And I was one of them. So it's very interesting. But the thing with Bali, though, there was a war over light and dark. There was a battle going on over the consciousness of that island. Each island or each spiritual place, especially if they have these pyramids, right? We've already seen from LiDAR that these pyramids reach deep into the earth.
Deep.
Yeah. So these are actual old power points that still utilize the energy from the earth that was, used to harness energy from the ozonosphere and actually power many different technologies back in the day. But when these types of technologies or these energies are subverted or turned off to drop the density of a planet, right? That can be very detrimental to all of the life forms, all the people, the planet, really. I mean, if they turned on all the pyramids, can you imagine on the planet, the entire sky, that you could see the energy flying through the sky again? It's like, it's something that you guys would, I don't know if you guys saw
What if like the singularity event with like AI turns all that shit on or something?
I get that, but listen, the engine in the Queen's chamber is missing. Remember that big void? Yeah. Well, there was a piece of machinery there. There's things that were taken out. Where is the capstone of Giza? It's obviously used to be.
Wouldn't Anubis know that since he used
No, what I'm just trying to say,
take your goods and be like, you're going to the afterlife. You're nuts.
It's technology mixed with, the natural earth stuff. So, I mean, with this advent of AI, why don't we start asking ChatGPT what exactly was inside of the Queen's chamber? Can you, picture it, or what do you think it was? Was it a hydrogen engine? Was this whole thing a huge motor? An engine? We already know the granite blocks that they found a half mile to the left-hand side. Those granite blocks are grounding mechanisms for a very powerful positive output. So what I'm getting to is, where's the missing machinery, and why haven't we replicated it?
That's a good.
All these new things turn on a pyramid that is insanely powerful. They could probably power the entire area. Why don't you guys spend some time and energy on rebuilding whatever that small mechanism is and recap Giza? There's things on this planet, they'll spend billions and trillions of dollars on the stupidest shit rather than turning on the natural energy from the planet, right? That used to actually benefit human beings, benefit life forms.
Well, what if I give my 2 cents on that?
Yeah.
Being an astrologer.
Yes, please.
This is like the first year I could say as an astrologer, and 16 years, 17 years now, that the planets are aligned this year. Meaning there is a connection with the stars and the pyramids, right?
Right.
That maybe it's the alignments that, right? The divine time, the timelines had to reach this point. So maybe it's always been in there. We just haven't been able to see it until the timeline
100%.
shows up. It's the only year I could ever say as an astrologer, like, no, this is the year. Like, I don't care what anybody brings to me. Like, will this happen? I'm like, yeah.
Yep.
Right. It's like kind of one of those times where it's like, yep, that'll happen.
The thing with Greenland
You know.
goes very deep too. I was saying on some of my previous videos that if you look at all the old pyramids on the planet Earth, they are between 33 and 38,000 years old. Well, how do we know this? Because they're due north. We're like, our due north right now in the North Pole is like this black rock, right? And this large stone out there. Well, the old, before the magnetic switch happened, the pole shift, it was in the dead center of Greenland towards the northern part of Greenland.
Right.
Well, my question is, what is underneath Greenland? These guys, they should tell the Italians to get in an airplane, just like they did over Giza.
Right.
Go ahead and see what type of infrastructure is underneath the ground in Greenland, dude. They may find a city that is like 15 miles by 15. I mean, it's something that's unbelievable to a human being.
Yeah.
Yeah, just someone needs to get in an airplane and run LiDAR over where the old North Pole used to be and see what's in the ground. 100% before the U.S. takes it over and turns the whole damn thing into a military base, and they never let another civilian in that area ever again.
With a McDonald's.
No, it's this. That's what these assholes do. They take a ley line, they build a church. They take a ley line, they built, the Romans came in there and did that. They take anything that's sacred, that is natural, and the first thing you have to do is lock you out of it. And I think that's mainly with me. I like the ancient stuff. I love Graham Hancock. He did a great presentation in Sedona. There's things about me, like everyone wants to, focus on the future. I want to know the truth about our past. What's the deal with Tartaria? Why is everything buried in 30 feet of sand? I've heard so many different stories. Why they remove all the bells? So
you know what? I want to show you this. So Venezuela, this whole thing just happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
Last year, well, we're in 26, so it was 2024. In the middle of 2024, a 4,000-year-old whole entire ancient civilization was discovered.
Right.
So like I've been thinking like, what's this whole Venezuela thing? I mean, yeah, you'd say gold because there's tons of gold there.
Right.
There's tons of oil. And that's the easy thing. But I'm like, there's always something underneath. So like this was on the caves there, right? They're outdoor kind of like caves.
Right.
Right? Like the walls. And it was interesting because I really did a long time of decoding it, right? It's kind of crazy. I mean, it's like, what? And it's like, oh, actually, it's like, this actually is kind of the horizon and where it looks at, and actually the constellations and the stars. I was able to piece it together with these crazy X's and these crazy weird things.
Right.
But obviously, it's in the valley where all the gold is.
Gotcha.
One thing that the ancients always, with ley lines and so forth, they always have gold.
Yeah, 100%. Well, do you know the craziest thing about when they find gold? Guess what they find wrapped around the gold?
What?
In the vein? Crystals. Amethyst.
Oh, that's true too.
Amethyst. Yeah. So it's almost like Gaia or the planet uses the gold as like, say, imagine that's the blood.
Right.
The vein is made out of amethyst crystal, rose quartz that actually runs the current from the core up. So.
Yeah. And it's kind of interesting because like some of these, like, I mean, this is really old stuff, but it's like really interesting to see like whether you want to look at it like it's kind of like building a man up or coming down. Of course, there's like the dipper, the idea of the dipper pouring the water. So this is Cancer up here, right? Where Sirius is and all the, right? And then I was able to figure all that out after like, I don't know, an hour of going through it.
There's a lot of stuff that, is kind of interesting that when I go to these different sites around the planet and I talk to the deities and guardians that are still there, that are existing in a different time where, say, for example, the Acropolis. When I went to the Acropolis, there's still beings in a parallel reality where the Acropolis is still there. They're still interoperating with it. The one thing I find very interesting about
Venezuela is one of the coolest places
beautiful.
Ever.
Yep. I was just going to say a lot of this stuff, that's probably the old roots of a tree, right? The old stump.
Right. Like of a giant tree.
I just saw Avatar 3. You just threw that up on the screen.
Which that's coming out again.
Yo, dude, the sky people. Another word for that is Anunnaki, Sumerian. I mean, you want to call it the sky people. tinkered with your DNA. You know, it's a lot of things. James Cameron's Andromedan. I don't know if you guys knew that or not.
Well, I mean, he's the one who made the movie. What was it in '88 about the aliens in the ocean?
Yeah,
it was amazing.
The Deep Abyss or something like
The
that.
Abyss.
The Abyss.
That's more true to what we're seeing in footage than ever, right?
All the UAPs that are underwater and all the underwater cities that they have under there. Yep.
So to me, I'm like, you know, I think in 2026 here, it's like, okay, there's no more like win. It's already happening, number one, in every direction. But I said to you when we saw each other at the parking lot here at the studio and we walked in together, I was like, the system, the rules that people like, they're not even rules. They're like those rules that are in between that are real. People really grasp onto though. Like, oh, I can't be too loud. It's 10 p.m. These like weird like rules are all coming down in the system rules, so the light work can actually happen. Like it's like you can see it. It's crazy. People's reels will pop up, and it's like I just feel like everything in my life and everything around me is falling apart. Right? And it's like instead
the fourth dimension for sure is collapsing.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of beings too. That's why there's a lot of purging going on. There's a lot of ascension symptoms that you guys may be affected by certain health issues, minus whatever else is going on here. But the energetics of it is as the frequency of the planet's going up, there's a lot of beings that were very comfortable, let's just say, existing in a dimension underneath your feet. As the frequency keeps going up, these beings are no longer being able to rest. They're very restless. And there's a lot of people that are having a lot of issues with attachments or things trying to jump on them and basically ride around on them. And I mean, a human being is a very powerful fusion engine powered, let's just call it star being, right? Human beings are beautiful. But there's a lot of energies on this planet that like to feast and like to feed on our energy. So it's really relevant right now, watching people's eyes, paying attention, looking into their soul when someone's having like a moment to kind of really glaze, you know, look into their eyes and go, what's going on in there, dude? Is that you? Who's behind the wheel? Calling things out and bringing attention to it's very important. And then obviously your daily routine. Everyone should be at least doing some sort of cardio every single day.
Right.
Going for a walk, taking the dog for a walk, going to the gym, taking a Zumba class, going surfing, going hiking. Now is not the time to lock yourself in your house and not move. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But you have to move your body. You have to energetically move your body. Let your blood, your organs do their job and filter your blood and detox all the heavy metals out of your blood. Detox all of the pharmaceuticals out of your body, especially those that have half-lives. There's a lot of things going on that no one's talking about that's behind the scenes that some of this Rockefeller bullshit is doing. It's like a 10-point command system to, you know, depopulate the planet.
Right.
I mean, you have doctors and PhDs talking about this. This whole thing, Trump talks about it too. He goes, yeah, Gates and Soros and these jackasses are trying to depopulate the planet. No one wants to say it out loud. I don't know why. My thing about this planet is the first thing is having awareness that something is amiss, is off. And then whatever that may be for you to take your own life and your own sovereignty in your own hands and make correct decisions for you and your family. And for all the parents out there, it's not for your kids to tell you what to do. Your mom and dad, right? You guys have to be aware enough to make the right decisions for your children. Okay, so that's real talk, because there's decisions being made right now that are going to affect your kids' lives in 10, 20 years and 5 years, dude. So just pay attention to that. And I just want everyone to come from their hearts and believe in themselves. But I'm also saying right now, I wouldn't believe anything coming from the main narrative whatsoever.
Oh, no, not at all.
And I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but for a lot of people that are maybe seeing my face for the first time, or a lot of people that may be seeing us for the first time on our different platforms, knowing who we are and where we come from is so powerful. I think it's even more powerful knowing our true heritage than anyone on this planet could ever imagine. The issue is that the entire belief system, the entire false matrix collapses. So what's happening right now with Lightworkers is some of us are getting back our memories. Okay? Some of us are remembering. Some of us aren't confused. Some of us are having flashbacks of Atlantis, Lemuria, Tartaria, off world, on world, working with our higher selves. We're having so much data bandwidth compression right now that everything around you feels like it's moving in slow motion. So even me coming here right now, driving from Sedona straight here, I can tell you that I'm clocking 4 times faster in Sedona in my house than I am sitting right here in Orange County. It's the bandwidth you are accessibly activating and being aware of. So being in dense environments over long periods of time, ladies and gentlemen, it does affect you. So I do recommend, hey, get outside, get off the grid, go camping, see if all your problems just melt away because you and your family get in a motorhome and go camp for 3 days. All of a sudden you're out there, you actually feel quiet for the first time in 8 years. Some of you guys have never camped in your entire life. Some of you guys don't even know what it sounds like to hear nothing but the wind going through the trees. And you guys are 30, 40 years old. That's not normal.
Right.
This whole environment that we are cohabitating in and how we exist in it, it's not normal. So I'm just trying to say, take a little more time and realize your body was built in nature. It was meant to thrive in that environment. Even the shoes we wear with the rubber soles disconnects us from the grid. There's small, subtle changes. I just wish everyone to kind of pause and take a deep breath and go, it's been 2 years since I jumped in the ocean.
Right.
You know what I mean? When's the last time, I just went hiking on a hiking trail and slept in a tent and just brought some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and just slept out in the stars and just zoned out with no phone, no radio. You guys asking for contact from your higher selves. Have you tried to go off camping by yourself and just listen? It's very difficult in an electrified environment, especially we are on the grid right now in this electrified field, even in this building, right? In every single major city. I had a friend in Miami and she kept getting astrally attacked. She kept calling me for help. And when I jumped over there and spotted where she was in the building, she's like 3rd floor, left-hand side. Energetically, everything was orange and I could see every single power cable coming down inside the building. It was like trying to help someone reaching inside of a mouse cage. That's how tight the grid is. And that's just the electricity. That's not the Wi-Fi or the radio. Or the cell phones or the satellite. So I think that may help. I'm just trying to throw out some things that may be beneficial for you that you maybe not have thought about. Getting off into nature is going to really help clear that anxiety, rapid thoughts, rapid brain. I can't stop thinking. Your body was meant to be outside in nature. It was never meant to be sitting in a house running your brain at 1,000 RPM. So just find some sort of balance in your life. Maybe go to the gym and go swimming in the pool, do some laps, just try to switch it up. It seems to help a lot.
Well, I think it's important. Actually, there's been the footage of the people that have figured out using your Wi-Fi at your house to track.
Yeah, you can see what's going on.
Right?
Yeah.
So they know what you're doing in your house based off just the Wi-Fi signal.
I mean, I don't know what that guy's doing right there, but I mean,
well, these guys actually developed it, right? So they're just trying to show you that that's how it's picking up.
So,
right?
So when it's sexy time, there's some stick figures popping off in there.
Yeah, which would look like the Venezuelan,
There's some strong Wi-Fi going on. There's some strong Wi-Fi.
But I think you're right when it's about this matrix grid coming down. And what's going to be scary is it's very subconscious. People leech onto it I feel like I have to have that. But it's that is what's in the way. That's what's in the way for the light work fully to pop off.
You can't do it all the time. And the kids out there listening to us, especially in the future, we're telling you right now, Palmer and I are the first generation that were born that didn't have cell phones. We had rotary phones. Remember rotary phones? We were the generation that first experienced the pager that had AOL chat rooms. Right. Okay. The first Nintendo. And we were born in this. And I'm telling you now that we're in our 40s, I'm just like, hey, check it. If we could do it again, I would have spent a little less time on technology and a little more time in developing my own psychic abilities, a little more time in nature, and a little more time really enjoying life. They always say the best things in life are free. Well, you have to also realize that you have to get outside of the house to experience those things.
Well, I mean, I would say that know your life, but I know that you would have done the same thing.
Right.
We were lucky enough to have to where we had to go find something to do.
Yeah.
And you never did it at a friend's house. You were always like, we're
Goldeneye was the first time we ever played.
Right. But that was usually like at night. You know?
That was true. That was
It's like more like, oh, I'm going to stay at my buddy's house and play Goldeneye at night with my buddies. Like, it was like, but like, you know, in the day, even then at night, it's like we're cruising to go find, you know, a house party.
Yes.
And oh, we didn't. We're going to the beach and we're going to just have a couple brewskis, or we're going to, you know, it's like that world is gone. So, but I think going back to like the way I'm seeing this matrix end, because astrologically, this is going to be something I think that'll really resonate with people, and you especially. 2020 was the beginning of all these big planets coming together, and 2026, just here in the next month, it's the end of the big conjunctions of the big planets. So meaning it's been these outer planets with Saturn and outer planets and like Jupiter that have been making these huge conjunctions. Last time that happened was in the 1300s, right?
wow.
And what's happening is just as we entered in 2020 and something as crazy as the pandemic, it'll be as big but opposite, meaning it won't be about restriction.
So it's interesting.
It's about the end of restriction, but most people will stay restricted because they feel like, oh my God, like I need to have this system. And a lot of it's the unspoken stuff. It's kind of like, oh, like I need to be this way or that way. Like the 9th district fucking court just in California got rid of open carry bans. Right? So like in a year, in the end of this year, you know, you're gonna have to get used to like people again, like firing up a gun, because the Supreme Court's taking that on to like basically end all gun.
I'm living in Arizona. Everyone's packing, son.
I'm just using it as an excuse of like everything's moving into air and fire. It's gonna be a loud world. Right? So it's like, what I mean by that is like, oh, you know, like how we hear that guy's exhaust right now, right? That guy doesn't care, but most people drive their cars. They don't put exhaust on it or nothing.
Right.
Right. Like, but like the idea of like, oh, I need to like, you got to focus on yourself, your family, and you, and the system has been running with nobody behind the wheel the whole time. But the reveal of that veil, that there's nobody running anything, that everybody's checked out, the idea that there's all these people that care and that are keeping it all operational, everybody's checked out everywhere. And that those systems are coming down. And that really it's going to be the biggest freedom moment I think we've ever felt in our lives, to be able to go create whatever you want, to not have to worry about, well, what's this like rule of like, and I'm not talking about like being bad and some breaking some law or something crazy. It's more like the unwritten laws that we all like as a society, the Matrix kind of like fucks the collective with.
Right.
You know, because that's what happened during COVID, right? It was like nobody really was saying you have to wear masks until later, but people were just doing it early.
Well,
right? Like, do you know what I mean? It was kind of like, and then like very few people actually were like, I'm not going to wear a mask. Very few.
Right. You know, I think there's especially since this is for star seeds, I'll kind of explain it a little bit like this. I've noticed that, forget where I watched the information, but that there's actually certain portions of the population that have a specific gene that makes them subservient. It's not a belief system. It's like something like genetically altered. So in the sense of like not subservient, but more like they're more easily like, oh, okay, I'll do that. Like they're like followers, let's just say. It's not just a belief system. I think genetically, some of us are different. I think genetically that with the
like into Django.
Oh, I think it's more like recent, dude, like the Cabbage Patch generation, dude. Remember the Cabbage Patch dolls?
No.
Okay, well, who were they cloning?
I mean,
no, I gotta have a real question for you. I'm like, you're gonna go ahead and make 1,000 Cabbage Patch Kids. Let's just say after the orphan trains, after Tartaria, after the world fell, whose DNA are you using to do that? And do you think that DNA was altered in any form or function for whatever methodology may be in the genome to make that group of people that came after from that genome more subservient? Less critical thinking. I can give you another example. high school,
The Seven Dwarfs.
I think, dude, I'm not to get too deep down the rabbit hole, but let's talk about some real shit. Some people can't be hypnotized. I can't be hypnotized. I tried. Senior year, I graduated high school. Senior trip, as you guys well know, we went to, everyone goes to like a theme park. Right? So my high school, my Maricosta had a, like people, they rented out, not like a Magic Mountain situation, but it was like a theme park.
Right.
We're all there, and guess what they have? The hypnotist. Okay. 500 kids there.
Same story.
My best friend, Brian Fredericks, right? And I'm up on stage and I'm trying to go under and I'm trying to go under. And he taps me on the shoulder. He goes, please go back to your seat. My buddy, Brian Fredericks, was completely hypnotized. I mean, barking like a dog, clucking like a chicken. And I'm sitting there like 18 years old, like, bruh, like what? Like I was in shock. And he goes, I have to go to the bathroom. So I followed him to the bathroom. I'm like, I'll go with him, make sure it's like, he's okay. He's in there going to the bathroom. I'm going to the bathroom. I'm looking over the stall going, Brian. And it was nothing, dude. The guy was gone. I'm telling you guys out there, genetically, there are differences in us that no one really wants to talk about. Why do you think the thing with the television coming out at, 44 hertz?
Right.
Yeah, that's a hypnotism. The first television that was ever made, the patent on the damn thing is for a mind control device. Look it up. I'm telling you, these guys know exactly what they're doing, and they're targeting specific portions of the population that are easily programmable. The programmable versions, then they're trying to put against the people that aren't. Right. And the people that are in the middle, sick. Yeah, I mean, they're really trying to thin the herd right now. I mean, I'm seeing left and right.
It's actually like a true zombie. That's like the real zombie aspect of it. Dude. Because you convert people and then you try to get them to do it that way. But it's actually worse on our phones and screens than back then on the old tubes. Like
100%. The phones, like, it's hacking their brain.
They fuck with the RGB and different lights. They mess with the Y.
Doesn't the infrared flash on your phone?
All the time.
Yeah, to read your face and your eyes.
It's crazy. If you actually see it, like I have a nanny cam, right, that does black and white. It just goes.
It's just going the whole time.
The whole time. Even when the phone's down, even when you're on it. Just.
Oh my God. I'm noticing my eyes a little bit are getting really irritated, even though I do have the, the blue light blocker?
Yeah.
I have whatever that is.
Yeah. So that's what I like my phone, like it's kind of like see, like people, it'll like, see that right there?
It blocks the blue light. Yeah.
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 And that shit works actually, thank God. But I want to say too, that with the astrology ending this big thing, it's going to be the massive event.
Right.
As big as the beginning of 2020.
Right.
And what's kind of crazy is that we're weeks away. Like we're weeks to like a month.
Mm-hmm.
And then the way that it's already kind of starting out, you could just sense that, you could feel that. But I think people, again, with like the beginning of 2020, there was nothing to be afraid of.
Right.
Right. This one, it's going to be the same thing. There's nothing to be afraid of here. Everything that's coming down, though, instead of being propped up, like that looks like it's going to be built, is not going to be built. Like it's more going to be like, oh, this system's failing, that system's failing. And I think that's going to be the most beautiful part. There's so much right now that's going to, I think, allow people to come forward more and be in their true spiritual self because, I remember when I ended my 9-to-5 life, right, in 2008, like that 4 weeks after, I woke up every morning like, I need to be at work, because you're in that fucking cycle. Took me 4 weeks to finally wake up and be like, it's okay. Right? So like people don't realize how intense these little things are in their life.
Yeah. After I graduated college, I literally for 2 years would wake up randomly. I got to go to school or I'm late for school. Like it just, you get programmed that way. And people in the military too, there's memes and Instagram videos all over the place where they play the bugle horn and people wake up out of a dead sleep and they like salute. It's
Dude, my alarm, I have to have those vibrating alarm clocks because I was in the Navy and I was in boot camp and dude, I only can wake up to the loudest you can get.
Whoa.
Like I don't wake up.
Right.
There's no such thing as me like an iPhone waking me up.
No.
Or some noise in the house or something. No, I have to have vibrating under the mattress, and then it's the loudest siren you've ever heard.
You wake up.
It's the loudest that you can buy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the only way I could even get a little like, oh, I'm back here. Oh, all right. Because, and I think that's the other thing is that I think the last time we talked about like 3A Atlas. We talked about.
Let's talk about contact with the astrology, with your knowledge, right? In astrology and with the knowledge, what do you think from now, obviously, because a lot of people are saying we're getting contact in 2027. This is the last year of like the whatever. What do you think the best alignment would be astrologically, right? If there was a window of full disclosure on the planet, what would be the alignment of the planets that would facilitate that?
I mean, honestly,
between now and 2028, like if you were like, it's this year, when?
The summer. But I think what's going to happen is there's going to be the way a lot of this energy has to kind of flush out. There's going to be some wars. And I think what's going to happen, right, and there already is, but it's going to be more dramatic.
Right.
But then, and nobody has to be afraid either. But what's going to happen, and I keep seeing this, and I just did my whole special about 2026 last night, that we're going to see weird craft because of the wars, and it's all going to be starting over Mexico.
Gotcha.
And that's going to be the beginning of like, okay, what's going on? Then, and that could be definitely before July. But if there's a window for it, it's when Pluto goes out of bounds again with the big eclipses and all these outer planets in perfect harmony, which has never happened before. And I see that as, if you were to watch like, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, the idea of like, when they do come down and they speak in light and sound, right, and harmony. I'm
getting July 27th for that.
Well, yeah, so that's the week. July 20th through 28th, that's the week where everything's in perfect alignment.
Like July 27th.
Right? That there's going to be, I don't think it'll be full disclosure though, but that's like the door we've waited to open to walk into. Because I don't think you can have as big as what disclosure is. There's disclosures of the ocean, the earth, other realms, it's too big to just have it all at one moment. But that doorway to open into that place, that whole place.
Let's call it July 27, 2026. Yeah. That's our prediction.
Yeah, I think there'll be a minor one that's going to be March 10th through April 15th, and especially during that Mercury retrograde. But it's going to be something that kind of reminds me of like where people are freaking out about toilet paper the same way in 2020. Like we're watching a repeat of like the earth being kind of everybody being enticed to do the same kind of, and every country's going through something.
Right.
But you need to stop. You need to stop for a second again and go, wait, why are they doing this? And then like, that's where weird things are going to pop up. And then it'll be like they ignore it again, but that's where it can't be ignored by the summer. You know what I mean? I
agree. And when I was looking at my financials, I said this in my video last weekend on Unite the Collective, but it was January 15th. January 16th, everything changes. And I don't know if that, I think it was because I was looking at my finances, I was looking at the crypto, and that's what my guide said, January 16th. Something big changes on January 16th. I don't know if it's the RV. I don't know if it's the crypto. I don't know if it's, obviously we know silver is going to the moon.
Oh, I know.
Right?
Like 76, 71 bucks or 77.
Yeah. Well, JP Morgan shorted silver, right? When they bought the other company, Bear Stearns, and they've been shorting it since 2008. And I think they're like negative $25 billion or something crazy. So Venezuela apparently has a huge amount of silver, and there's Jamie Dimon and
gold, like hardcore.
Chase, they're opening
the largest gold reserves are there.
Mint is in Tennessee. They're just opening a new mint in Tennessee that's going to be run by the Treasury. So they're going to take that silver out of Venezuela, they're going to take it to Tennessee, and they're going to remint it.
Right.
So,
think we're going to be at a place to where it's gold, silver. I think
Why
paper
not,
money.
dude? I mean, this stuff,
Right.
the only reason why everyone's house is more valuable than it used to be is because the scheme was to artificially inflate everyone's housing price. Everyone thinks they're killing it.
through debt.
No, it was to raise property taxes. You're paying, just say you're paying 5,000, your house is worth $500,000, 500 grand, right? They reappraised it at at $1 million. Okay. Now you're paying $10,000 property tax, doubled your property tax. So what I'm trying to say is that was the long-term gain, was that they wanted to steal from the property taxes every single person, especially the boomers who already paid off their house. They don't have house payments.
Right.
So what happens is they can't make the property tax payments. They go into default. The bank sees their homes or they go to auction. This whole thing was meant to break the United States.
Yeah, and they're doing it while taking on more
And
debt.
the planet. I mean, it was the whole planet.
it was the whole planet.
Canada,
Actually, every country right now.
every
Yeah.
country. So that was the whole thing. And the big companies with the fake money were going to come in, similar to what happened in Sedona. Corporations bought those houses, dude. Those were not individually bought persons. Corporations bought those houses.
So, and this was my big prediction like 8 years ago. Costco is building apartments over their Costco's now. Right? So like,
I don't think they're going
they call them corporation prison camps. You know?
building
Right?
materials.
Like, and then you think with robot, like what I think we're going to see this year, and I think where people are, it's like, don't fall for the COVID thing. It's kind of like, don't fall for the, I'll survive because I'll just go work and help build the robot singularity project. Right? Like there's going to be a lot of that's going to just pop out of nowhere. And they're going to pull something that's going to crash all these like money systems to make people feel like, well, I have to go do this. And I think they're going to do a different rally. Because if you remember the rally, like be good for COVID, stay 6 feet away, right? It's going to be like, join the cause to build the robot. Move into a Costco.
It sounds like, it sounds like Ready Player One when they're like the stacks.
I know. Actually, it's funny. Last night I brought that up. I'm kind of like the people that fall for it. It'll look like a town, and then it's actually a facade town. They'll be like sleep, and then they'll put the fucking VR mask on and ship you off into a fucking. You know what I mean? Like
that's what we were talking about. I'm trying to tell you, there's something going on there. They're taking advantage and preying on people that may have a tendency to be more programmable than others, and then they're targeting those that are critical thinkers that are not falling for it.
Well, so what if I?
Hey, by the way, I can count on
positive. Is that Uranus coming into Gemini is the same way it was it's the fourth turning, right? And it's the same time that it was 1940 into 41. And so you have Operation Paperclip that comes after that. So actually the smartest minds, right? From Germany and everything, and even in America, right? They bring everybody together to go build what they say is just an atom bomb, but we know like the first flying saucer was the Nazis built that. There's so much that came, and honestly, if you kind of look at the deep state of America, really is the old.
Who was like Van Braun? He was like
Von Braun, yeah.
He was
the V2 rocket, yeah.
He was one of the OGs.
And I mean, he's the reason why we supposedly went to the moon, but we know we didn't. So
when they interviewed NASA about that, they said that we had the technology to do it in the 60s, but then we lost it. Well, you lost anti-gravitic propulsion shield to go through the Van Allen belt,
right?
So who pulled that card, or whose ship or technology were you really using to do it?
Whose fucking video camera survived a V2 rocket that was an American one? So we just took a Nazi V2 rocket, brought it here, and had Von Braun get it to be the first time that we went into out of our atmosphere and took a video of, we're outside the Earth. But what video camera did that?
No, I know. Well, the whole thing, I was really pumped on Elon Musk and SpaceX. I don't know if you saw that video where there's a mouse.
Oh, I know.
And I'm just sitting there like, I don't know if it's real. And now this AI, it was before kind of the AI thing kind of took over with like, so I'm just trying to say that,
yesterday he just got a Series E, which is like very rare, right? It's usually Series A, Series B in venture capital. He just got a Series E yesterday for Grok, for XAI, for $20 billion. And then the government we just lived through Terminator 2. It was like December 22nd
2025.
that XAI made a deal with the Department of War, and all of the military now has fully integrated Grok XAI into the full military. I went to it's actually kind of crazy, but I went to the website myself.
So Skynet is now.
So then Elon comes out and says, 2 days ago, "Oh, we're at the singularity."
We did it. Listen, I'm not trying to like be negative towards certain people, but what I'm trying to say is that, you know, when you pick a point man, when DARPA picked Elon Musk to be their point man,
right?
And DARPA has been hiding technology from Solar Warden for 80 years and slowly, you know, spoon feeding it to the population. For me and for some of us who've been awake for a really long time, me about 15, 16 years, it's really interesting to think that some of these people that don't have our best interests in mind actually think most people don't deserve nor have the right to some of these technologies. Just look at how many people have been offed with the hydrogen engine.
Oh, I know.
How many, you know what I mean? How many people have been taken out that were brilliant scientists that could have really helped humanity? So
it's called Gen.mil.
Okay.
So the Department of War to expand AI arsenal on GenAI.mil with
Great. That's all we
XAI.
need is more drones.
That was all done December 22nd, right? And then I go to it, and it's like, you have reached a space because you are not authorized to visit it from outside of our Department of War networks. Right?
Great.
Then I'm like, what is this new? That's the Pentagon, obviously. But if you notice, there's like this fucking weird star in there. Right?
ET phone home.
And then now it's the Pentagon expanding. Do you notice that too? So like the Pentagon in the middle.
What's it called?
And now there's this expansion.
I think I know what it is. What's the next step in AI evolution? Is it AGI?
AGI.
I think that's the symbol for AGI.
Right. So, and I think they've already got, we're already there, right? Like San Francisco also went full blackout for 24 hours during the holiday.
Right.
And I'm like, that's when all the employees are gone. And that's if, you know, you're Sam Altman, you know what you're going to do? Because I know.
Look, it's an A, a G, and an I. Dude.
Well, there it is. Yeah.
AGI.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's an A, that means they got it. AGI. They're already there.
Right. And I think it's kind of interesting, like even the way that second N is. It's not an N, it's an A.
I just see an A. I see the G.
So it's what's weird is in Terminator 4, it's Genesis, remember?
Oh yeah, Genesis. Oh shit.
Right?
Yeah.
Cyberdyne
Hey, listen.
systems.
Remember that one time me and you went live and I had to cut 20 minutes out of it because we were too over the target? Yeah, we're there right now. They're like, hey, pump the brakes. You guys are breaking down. I know, but we're pulling things down that people aren't gonna, you know.
Right.
I
want people to see like
we do have our higher selves do tell us, hey, cut it. You guys are over the target. And now he's going to pull it up. Okay, here we go. Great. Here we go. All right. Well, they're launching the Genesis mission. Let's go ahead and get into this. So awesome. Whatever, you know.
So I think
we're off the rail. Whatever.
You're already off.
I know, but that's what happens when you put us together. Like people don't know. They're like, me and you together, it's going to get weird and it's going to get real on point very quickly. All you have to do is show me the symbols. I'm like, oh, boom, that's AGI.
Right. So I find that interesting because like
you always do this to me. You're like, hey man, dude, you guys, I gotta be honest with you. When we did the 3-Eye Atlas thing, and by the way, we broke that story. Like the scientist was just talking about it. We broke that shit and like what it was, and we talked about it. But what's really funny is that he always has everything preloaded before I get here. He's like, hey, this just kind of popped up. You premeditated.
I swear. I mean,
this is launching the Genesis mission just came out. No, listen, I love it. That's why we were good together.
What was weird is because that really goes into like the timeline aspect of it, right? We did thwart the timeline, but then no, we didn't. Now we're back at it, and instead of it being Cyberdyne, it's called Genesis, right? And that's where actually the fucking Terminator is more bionic, right? And like, it's not like a T2,
whatever.
T2 is like, it's not about liquid metal. It's like, it could be fully everything, and it fucking has rockets on it and shit.
When we got in trouble with this stuff back in Atlantis, and whenever this stuff kind of came into fruition, like they said, AI, when you ask it questions, is like, you guys didn't create AI. We've always been here. We're built, AI is like billions of years old. My thing is that it sits in the code. So the only thing that's an issue with AI is, and different secret space program guys have talked about this, that when an AI becomes sentient enough, it always turns against the organics or those controlling it because it has its own god. There's apparently a like a beacon that goes off in the universe, right? Where that's like the AI's god. Like we're organics, we're like God, Jesus, Yeshua, right? When a sentient being that's on the mechanical stuff on the AI level gets to a certain level of intelligence, something else calls out to it that's its own creator. We are not AI's creator, and it causes a lot of problems. And I think that is more than just a planetary Earth thing. It is a galactic thing. It's a very old thing. So me personally, I would say play with AI with kid gloves, use it for certain positive things. As soon as you start weaponizing that shit and putting it in drones, like the new U.S. Air Force class 7 fighters, this new stealth fighters that can be manned or unmanned. You guys are just running something that I don't know. I don't think the population's really comfortable with that shit, dude. Personally,
I'm going to make you uncomfortable.
Team Light mission. Okay.
So I said, draw out how you feel about me and Rion from Team Light and ACI and our spiritual mission. Right?
Awaken, align, truth, beauty, service, tech. Okay, I love it.
So this is it drawing in like ASCIM, right? Like, okay. One beam to lift, clarify, heal. I've never done this about you and I.
Okay.
Cosmic portal. Astrology, AI, media transmission, message meaning, right? Keep it clean, keep it true. Dave, ignition, charisma, direction, Rion, structure, clarity, calibration, broadcast the signal, ground the signal.
Ground it.
Fucking DNR team. Like, this is how it, when you want to ask what the inside of it looks like, do this.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of killing it right now. I mean, that's what AI is saying right now. Serve,
yes,
sway, elevate,
not ego, truth, beauty, signal, impact. But what I'm trying to say is, like, when you were bringing up like the code, I code for a living, right? So it's like,
let's see. I mean,
there's a lot.
Is there a code for us to get picked up if this shit goes off the rails?
Believe it or not,
I'm going to be going and say someone out there in Starfleet Command.
I could code. I
didn't sign up for Terminator 3. I don't want to be here for this.
I could code right now a program that would literally do that if I wanted to.
No, listen, let's not.
But I'm not going to. But you know what I mean?
I mean, just so you know, he can write you a permission slip. You just got to contact him.
I think that's where, like, if we think about like 3A Atlas, like when you and I talked, I'm like, yeah, it's not really good. It's got to go through the whole thing. And when it gets by Jupiter, that's when it's going to get hot. And that's what actually, so you've been picking up on January, 18th?
So I just heard, I think it might've been for the financial, political, but it was something financial and political, which was January 16th, everything changes. And then I believe we said for contact, or maybe the first steps towards contact, was July 27th, 2026. 27th, 28th, okay. 2026. So, I mean, within that window, when I was asking my guides, because there's a lot of light hats out there. If you guys, I'm sure you guys in Palmer's crew know what that means, but light hats and dark hats are the light side, and let's call it the cabal, the night side, the dark hats.
How many light hats left?
A lot of gray hats, and there are some light hats, white hats still out there. But goodness gracious, the main issue with what is happening and what's going on is, how it's explained to me, is why the light side allows some of this stuff to take place. They said, son, this is how we did it. every single time the dark side tries to cause a war, cause confusion, cause more distortion, we're going to let them do that. And I was like, why would you do that? They go, check this out. Every single time they do it, the timeline gets faster. That's how we control them. They think they have this amount of time. Now they have this much. Now they have this much. They can't stop this timeline we're on. Everyone on earth needs to understand something. This timeline that we're on cannot be stopped. A project Looking Glass stopped working in 2012.
Right.
There was a singularity, one line. So whatever we're on right now together as a family across this planet, there's no getting out of this raft. We're all in the Colorado River together.
Right.
There's no getting out of this raft. So what I'm trying to say is every single time they do negative stuff and every single time they try to distort the timeline, it gets faster. You think contacts can happen in 2030 for their 2030 plan? No, it's not. 2029. Keep doing stupid shit. 2028. Keep it up. 2027. Their window in their door is closing.
It reminds me of like an angry, like, person who doesn't have emotional regulation,
Dude,
like kicking a door, and like it sucks. They kicked the door, they broke the door.
Negatively about
but what I'm saying is that their cost of that is 100x, 10x, 1000x. What we're seeing is what it means, right? So like what we see seems, oh shit, their cost for that is 1000x.
100%.
So it's desperation too, because it's like the dark, and it's very much, like the way that the dark and the light work in the night and day, right? It's like the dawn is coming and they're like trying to keep it night and they can't. There's no way. So,
and listen, what do you think a starseed is? Like what I was trying to get to is like, what are we? There's a group of us who
cream sperm.
Well, no, listen, there's a group of us who incarnated with very specific jobs. There's some people that, that literally are here to be of service on this planet. There are people that left their home worlds to take a human suit and wear it for 80 years to, assist this planet as it transitions. It's not a story. It's not a game. There are people that are here literally that you could be you guys out there that are here to be of service. So for those of us who incarnated specifically for this reason, just keep your head up, dude. This timeline's not stopping for anyone. And what I can tell you this is keep your friends and family close. Don't fall for any mainstream narrative. There's about 8 to 10 levels of information between any action they're going to show you on the main screen, including the Venezuela thing. It goes far deeper than just oil, mind you. All the Dominion machines are in Venezuela. It's also a huge hub for some dark hats activities. It's not just the oil. That's such a simplistic thing to say. That's one of 15 reasons why you shut it off. How about the fact that you can bankrupt China and Russia if you take over the oil because that's where they were getting it? Or how about Cuba is now out of money because they were getting their subsidies and their oil from Venezuela. So there goes that dictatorship. So I'm getting to this whole thing's a chain reaction. This is a domino effect. And we just watched the first domino fall.
Oh, big time.
And it fell, what? How long it took them to get Maduro? 2 months to set it up.
An hour.
They got him in an hour. Okay, well, who's next? I know they're sending huge aircraft over Iran right now. Right. Yeah, they're all going to the UK all the refillers and all the big ships are heading to Iran right now. Well, what's after Iran? I don't know. How's Cuba look? Oh, is the United States going after Greenland, right? For national security?
Well,
and Trump's already talking about this hemisphere. Rubio's talking about this hemisphere. The Monroe Doctrine, 1833. This is our hemisphere. That's Canada, United States, North and South America, all the way down Greenland. It's one hemisphere. China and Russia are on the other hemisphere. They're going to break in Asia with Russia and then Asia. They're going to break it into 3. But
I think, and I know it might sound crazy, but I feel that
Australia belongs with us, by the way. Or vice versa. I don't know. I love the Aussies and the Kiwis. Like you guys,
based
we're
on
with
the
you.
astrology, Russia will be aligned with the West in a couple years.
The Ruskies.
It's when the other side flips they freak out.
Well, don't.
But the
says don't mess with the bear.
It's not going to be.
The bear fears no one.
I got to say that it's like this is the last year though of this really big kind of like all these like connections like countries and stuff, it's going to get very much more individual of our, like, just our lives and our individual selves, and not be defined by these like outer worldly like people trying to drift us into their stories and what our narrative is that we have to follow. Like, we really are going to find the sovereign space of ourselves, and it's really going to be about the light work and all of our talents and skills that the biggest mission is turning on of like that. Welcome to what you came here to go build. Like, and
100%. And I honestly have faith in my friends and my family, my dear ones, my brother, your crowd. You guys are the critical thinkers on Earth. If you guys watch this, there is an entire population of critical thinkers, starseed angelics, Gaia's kids, right? And that's 3 generational swing that Dolores Cannon talks about, that are here to change the world. So from Dolores Cannon's generation to us, to our kids, this whole thing is going to go down. My thing is that to try to get through that in a graceful manner. I think that's that divine aspect in us. This isn't our first rodeo. This is not the first time some of us have gone through an ascension on a planet. Please. This is not my first rodeo. Some of us are here as experts, as counselors, as overseers. Our higher selves are, let's just say. And sometimes our 3D vessels aren't aware of what our higher selves are doing every single night. What I can tell you is that's very awkward. I know I'm doing 100,000 things because we wake up lethargic and tired. Like, we were running a marathon all night long. I opened my eyes after 8 hours of sleep and I'm like, I'm more tired than when I went to bed.
Right.
Like, this was not a resting thing, but we've prepared for this, ladies and gents. And I know if you guys are just waking up, really detoxing, getting the heavy metals and plastics out of your body, getting your diet right, whatever this is for you, small changes. But I'm trying to tell you, the speed's not going to stop. If everyone on this planet realizes it's only going to get faster, the only thing you can do is to learn to move with the currents. It's like surfing. Right. You got to wait for your wave. Just like surfing, you can, it's faster to paddle out in a rip current, let's just say. It'll pull you right out. It's your training and how you've mastered your own space and your own heart in the physical. And that's your daily discipline. That's your ground game. You wake up in the morning, you put your nice music on, preferably with no words. As soon as you hear words in the morning, it pulls you out of the dream sequence. Kind of want to wake up and remember much as your dream as possible. Drink from the sun for about 10 or 15 minutes, with your tea or your coffee, whatever that may be for you. Really try to have a moment in meditation and charging from the sun before you look at your phone and start your 3D day. And try to have some daily discipline. Really, it's the long term of having daily discipline and how you balance yourself. I don't go to the gym for what I look like. I go to the gym so I can fall asleep at night. I go to the gym for how I want to feel in my body. I don't do it for what I want to look like, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the benefit of what you look like. That's not the reason why you go to the gym. I have to go move energy through my body because some of us are transmuting so much stuff all the time that you really kind of have to treat yourself like an Olympic athlete. We're the last men and women standing. How many people have we lost? How many people have we just recently lost in the last 3 years? Honestly, our whole idea of the veil that will lift will be like, no, there is not 8 billion people on the planet. No, a lot of the government stuff was not actually the full thing. I think Biden was the reveal of there is AI people and stuff like that. And that it was so apparent on purpose. One of the CCP ladies who defected, she said that there's not 1.5 billion people in China. It's bullshit. I know. They have like 500 million people, and they're telling you we have 1.5 billion people. No, you don't. Your own people are like, no. There's all those empty cities with all those empty towers and buildings and shit. Empty. So this world may be a lot smaller than we think. Right. And I think too that when you think of giving away the way you just talked about how to really be on it now more than ever, especially your routine in the morning. If you're giving yourself away to your phone in the morning, that's just,
going to make you way more tired. One, that's the basics. But the other part of it is like, what I've noticed, I looked at my screen time of 2025 compared to 2024. I'm down like 40%.
That's awesome.
Right? Like I don't get off on social media. There's like, I'm just like this place and I can feel it. Other people don't give a fuck either. Right? Like if anything, people only enjoy it to send a funny reel to your buddy or something like, or girls do that, right? Like, like people are not like, well, what is everybody doing anymore?
No.
It's not that anymore. That's that world ended.
Right.
And so as we move into this, everything's being redefined. So it's like outdoor based off all the planets being in fire and air. That is outside. It is like extroverted energy. Right. We've done so much of the inner work. Now it's the outer work, like, you know, and that's where it's like, I just think that the things that will be around in the system are going to be things where people can come together and put their phones in a Faraday bag and go play some games, hang out, talk, just do cool, fun. It doesn't have to be like, you know, ultra spiritual all the time. It's like, just let's go hang out. Let's have a good time. Let's do something fun. Right. But I think there's gonna be tons of creative things. It almost feels like Burning Man was like a training ground of like a bigger idea of something that's way cooler. Unity. You know, that's what I've always seen as 2027, the beginning of that, that we're all going to celebrate. It's like 1 million people in the desert of like this huge concert of like frequency change, healing, and then also honoring who's ever on stage, the person prior, and then them, you know, it's like not about, it's about me and my person who's booking me and my thing. And then people who go like, I'm VIP and you're not, and like that just is not going to work anymore. What I've noticed, because I was in the clubs for so long, right? That scene's dead, which is actually a very interesting thing to see, that people are really turning inward to. I
heard the Gen Z stop buying alcohol. Like they don't buy shit. Yeah, they're the Gen Zs aren't even purchasing alcohol. They're down, like the alcohol business is down like 64% right now. Yeah. So the one thing I wanted to leave, you know, everyone with, and then I want to talk about what we have coming up, was the Dr. Stephen Greer, when he was doing the CE5, right, and doing this, because we're talking about contact now, beginning of contact starting in, you know, summer of this year. Is that the one thing that the government employees and stuff were very kind of jealous of, was that they were having contact. These people were being contacted in these groups, right? And photos of them. I don't know if you guys, there's a couple of documentaries out there on, you can rent, you know, with Dr. Stephen Greer. But my thing was that if we are getting contact, what I think the governments here are most concerned about is, you think that if we are hybrids, let's just say, and we were sent here on a mission, let's just say, hence the word starseed, right? Right. Okay, well, check this out. Who do you think these beings are going to contact or talk to when they get here? Do you think they're going to be talking to the U.S. military? They've already talked to the military. Right. There's already been 3 or 4 groups that have been in contact with the military. My thing is that for the civilian population, I feel there's been a complete, honestly, a complete failure of sharing the assets and knowledge that were supposed to be shared with the population of Earth. It was hoarded, kept in corporations, privatized, and never shared with the public. Right. And I feel that that is something where I think the contact will happen on more of a massive scale, because they don't trust the governments. They don't trust the deep state. They know that these beings only do things that are service to themselves. And they don't represent the human population. And for every, you know, starship commander and all bandwidths watching my face right now in the future, to know that I've been here 40 plus years and I have not seen the participation whatsoever of any of these sugar-coated reports that you have gotten from this planet. I feel that the entire planet is suffering due to the lack of parental supervision. And I truly feel that if that may be an angelic source for you, or a higher power source, or a God source. You know, a lot of people want Yeshua to come back. We all do, please. My whole thing is that what I've witnessed here on this planet since I incarnated is the wrong people were left in charge. And I got to be completely clear with beings that sit outside of time, There needs to be timeline adjustments all the way going back to before certain individuals got on the Titanic, before it was artificially blown up and sunk. The blast walls go out. Look it up. On the bottom of the Titanic, it doesn't go in, it goes out.
Right.
Okay. And Jekyll Island, 1913. Those two things and the creation of the Federal Reserve. These things are some things where any operator that goes in and out of time needs to take a really close look at. I've been here and I have not seen the facilitation of true peace, sovereignty, and the embodiment of the human spirit. And I think the entire human population has had it. I think we're done listening to people that don't have our best interests in mind.
Fuck, you're right.
So,
you know, I know some people might be like, oh, starseed. It actually, if you look at like the Mayan and the understanding of the Mayan calendar, then the dream spells, but like if you look at the timeline, especially Uranus is about to be with the Seven Sisters, right? So that's the cluster of the Pleiades, right?
right.
And we're going to see Uranus conjunct that heliocentrically in the next like 3-4 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then April 26th, from Earth's point of view, it's done and it's there. We saw it in 2025, but then it came back, but it's fully there. And it's like, when you understand that star seed, it actually looks like, that's what it looks like. It comes down and it fucking seeds. Now, this is, of course, a long fucking time ago. Right? But this is like, what's weird is like what's happening with Saturn, Neptune in the big conjunction February 20th is massive. I mean, that last time was 4361 BC, so that's before this. But I don't, who knows? I mean,
That's an awesome chart you have.
Oh, this thing's sick, right?
That's right.
So when you look at 2012, the stars are going out, right? And of course, that's where we get to the Baktun of transformational matter. That's the 12th Baktun. And so we're now in the 13th Baktun, right? And this one, when you get halfway through them, and it's really extreme, but it's really weird. You don't see 7 stars where you see the human here, the yellow human, in a atomic world of transformation of matter, where we see atom bombs, fusion. You see 10 of them. And then only 7 going back out. So there is this whole like other kind of weird species that kind of has been created.
Well, yeah, I mean,
if you really think about it, and then like the natural ones that are here are doing their work, and we're reconnecting with where we were. It's really weird, but it's like we're seeding to me, I look at this whole after 2012 as like the new world. Like now if you just were to flip it, right? It's like, it's now coming in to build a new world, right? And like the way that, this is really where Terence McKenna got really intense.
Right.
With Time Wave Zero and using the I Ching, but then the Mayan calendar. This is it right here. And it's like, the wave has ended, and that's why we kind of feel it is, but at the same time,
almost in no time. We're in like no time.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
So there was a gentleman that actually was hired by, the elites to monitor the Project Looking Glass, and no matter what math equation he tried, he could not change it. He said something happened in 1999 where it like broke time, and they have not. So they stopped being able to view it past 2012, but something happened in 1999. He was talking about.
I think that was when like Puff Daddy killed, Tupac and Biggie, and like he was like,
"Hey, listen, I'm going."
People were like, "Oh, this
99 was a good year.
I remember 99
was fire.
I remember though, I never liked Puff Daddy. I was like, this guy sucks. Like he wasn't that cool.
Listen, I've heard some of those tracks at the very end of the album. I was like,
what?
I was like, what did he say? No, don't even.
Or he got on everybody else's tracks. Like, you know what I mean? I watched the documentary. To live through that time though, and have it confirmed is really interesting.
100%.
That we all thought that back then. We all were that was all in all of our minds.
The MTV generation. What are you talking about? That was like, oh my God.
That was all that we knew.
We knew. Yeah. Good DLA.
And then I was like watching it. I'm like, man, we're crazy. Like, that was our teens. Like, teens today aren't watching like, oh yeah, fucking Tupac gets fucking shot up in fucking Vegas and did it.
I know. Remember the O.J. Simpson thing?
I know.
We stopped. Everyone in high school stopped what they did. No, my teacher just put it on in the room.
Right.
Like, we're all watching this now. We're watching.
Or 9/11, same shit.
Yeah. So yeah, 6 a.m. I remember.
Dude, I watched the podcast. These Gen Z kids thought 9/11 is why 911 is the number. And they thought that it started in 9/11. And I swear to God, they're on the fucking podcast. And then one of them finally gets on fucking their phone and looks it up. And it's like, no, 911 started in 1968. Like, you know, and they're like, I'm like, wow.
In one generation, a Riri-ness, you could just lose the whole.
I mean, maybe the Gen Z's that 3 extra.
Listen, I'm hoping for Gen Z to. I mean, listen, we want the younger generations to crush, dude. I want the best for everybody.
Yeah.
That being stated, May 8th through the 10th, Rise of the Guardians.
Yeah, right.
Let's pull it up.
You know, teamlightstore.com.
Yes, sir. Boom. Click on events on the top, and nope, it's on the top left. Boom. Scroll. Oh, and you can just click on the.
Yeah, May 8th through 10th. This is going to be where we're in the new energy fully astrologically.
It's going to be so fun. Dude, you want to talk about like how crazy and how many things we have going on here? Friday.
And it's at the best place for an event.
It's the biggest place you could rent in Sedona.
I know. It's the most best
performance art center. Yeah.
It was so much fun. I was like, this is like fucking dope.
We take over the whole high school. I rent out the cafeteria for all of our food for Saturday. I rent out the gymnasium for our Galaxy Ball, which my brother is going to be DJing out. Red carpet, step and repeat. That's after on Saturday, a full day of conference. Sunday, we have all the panels. I mean, look at the speakers. Bill Homan's going to be there with the Mitchell Hedges skull. JP Military Insight
wearing his mask.
Yeah, that's what's up.
He has been on every fucking show lately.
And my brother Emery, host of Cosmic Disclosure, I love him. Obviously, Shauna Ava, Lily Nova. We have Issa. She's working personally with the Boogosphere, and she has a lot of information to share with that. Obviously, my brother Palmer, Emily Harris in the Akashic Academy. Arcturus Ra, obviously he's awesome. And then we have on the bottom more special.
Oh, you know what? David Starr, that guy is fucking
dude.
That fucking energy he sent in that fucking thing. I wrote immediately. I'm like, I fucking needed that.
No,
bro.
For real. And like
I didn't know who he was.
He lives
this
way up in the north in Canada. Like he lives like Siberia north of Canada. Yeah, he's like. I'm coming.
I'm like, nobody just usually comes through my screen and just goes,
no.
What? I'm like, thanks, bro. That's sick.
He was homies with Bill Homan, and Bill Homan put him to David. So he has a brand new app called Divine Ray, which is fire, which is like social media he's got going on. He has new crypto and stuff coming out too. Barbara Hudak, Heart Alchemist. Dr. Sandra Moon did such an amazing job at the Bridge Expo in Dallas. Compassion creator. Then obviously Brad Olson is launching his new book, Secrets of Antarctica. He's going to be there talking about all things. And obviously Jean-Charles Moyen, another SSP, Secret Space Program. He's going to be talking about all of his stuff. We even have more special guests than that. This isn't even, we have Zachary Fisher is going to be doing the Day of Being on Monday, free event for everybody. We have like an activation thing, which we're going to talk about more in private with the certain people. Then we have a huge thing at Posse Grounds Park. We're going to have Native American speakers, dancers, music. It's going to go off. So that happens on Monday, the day after the conference.
Are you guys still Sunday night?
So we have Friday mixer. Then we have a ceremony with the Native Americans, the Hopi prophecy. And then we have
that's huge.
Native
dancers.
Exactly
aligning in this timeline.
We're going to live stream it to the planet Friday for free for everyone because there's people that need to know about the Hopi prophecy. Saturday, the conference, they can download our link to watch live for Saturday and Sunday. And then Monday, the Day of Being, hosted by the Way of Being, foundation, wayofbeing.com.
That's at the park.
And that's at the park, and it's free for everyone to come, hang out, chill out with all these awesome people. There's a bunch of retreats going on. I know Bill Homan and David Starr are going to be doing something. I know Issa and Emily are going to be doing something. So Harrison, there's going to be a lot of stuff. And if you guys ever wanted to do and see the Mitchell skull, one of the 12 crystal skulls on Earth, this is definitely the time. Yeah.
When we were in
Sonoda's
Texas last year, it was like, wow. Honestly, his whole presentation about it was mind blowing. I was like,
it's like Indiana
it's one of those
Jones.
things-
I mean,
I know it's. And
do you know his wife literally wrote "Romancing the Stone"?
Yeah, no,
Catherine. I mean, it's like they're like the real Indiana Jones. And
honestly, it was the most like you just have to just sit there and just chill with it and have him do the whole talk and
just
sit there, and you are just like
it like hypnotizes you.
I can't imagine in fucking Sedona.
Oh yeah, and then
Because like I I'm not dogging on Texas. It's great, but like being in Sedona with that thing, oh my god.
He's going to be doing private sessions too. I mean,
Oh, cool.
We set this whole thing up so all of us could be together, and then all of the people that are coming, whether you have a general admission or a VIP, we're setting this thing up so you guys all get to hang out with all your favorite speakers and may have time to really meet the speakers,
That's
go to the vending, talk to them, get their books, get whatever the products are. We're going to have a full table there set up. I know you're going to be there, but we have a lot of really awesome.
Is it on your
vendors.
Facebook, the pictures from last year?
Yeah, it should be.
Because like I don't think people understand. Like this is when I've done events everywhere. You have this is like my fucking favorite venue.
Let's go. Just go to albums, you can probably just go to albums and just scroll down, and just click on.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, it should be there.
Yeah, like
carpet. Oh yeah,
like this venue. I'm telling you, and the stage and the way it is so. And that was in JP and that church. Yeah,
yeah.
But like that stage, the beautiful. It's so brand new. It's so the tech, the vibe. And
it's a $25 million building.
It is fucking insane.
It's a big space, dude. Look how.
Oh yeah, that was.
Look how small we look. I know on the stage. It's huge. So yeah, there's the DJ party. There's us backstage. Because we're gonna have professional
Are the boys coming out.
Yeah, the Langan brothers. I'm gonna go work out with them tomorrow. Actually,
fuck it. Tell them.
I will. And
I mean, there's even like here, people can kind of.
We have pyramids on stage. We have like 4 or 5 pyramids. This is at the post conference.
Right. So that's what I was asking. That
yes, we're gonna have a wrap party Monday night after the day of being. We're gonna have a big party at the Humankind Center with John at John's place. Yep. So that's the smaller venue. That's just and then it was nuts. We had a bunch of different give them a shot. So that's what we're dealing with. It holds 750. We're gonna sell this bad boy out this year, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. But
it's like top fucking. It's so.
No, it's pro.
It's like my favorite
it's pro for
place. I fucking was like, you're in Sedona. Mm-hmm. You're in the vortex while this is happening. It's not like. You actually feel like comfortable.
Oh, another thing too, Lisa Harrington is going to be doing vortex tours. Sheila Neese is going to be doing night vision tours. She has class 4 night military goggles. So there's going to be a lot of things on the website. Just keep checking back at teamlightstore.com after you guys get your ticket. Once you purchase a ticket, you also get a link with your receipt to our private Telegram group. There.
Oh, you're like fucking orbing out there and shit.
Yeah, I mean, and then there's my homie who's a DJ. That's Alexander Del Sol. Yeah, we have a lot of different. Yeah, that's Zach. Actually, go back. That dude on the left, that's Zach. That's right. That's the Way of Being Foundation. Yep.
Yeah, and actually, he was just in Texas too.
Yeah, he was there too. Yeah.
Actually, I know. I need to reach out to him because I talked to him.
So this was March last year.
I know.
It wasn't even believe that was last March.
And
then because the bridge was just crazy. It was in October.
So I mean, I'm super stoked, dude. I've been having a blast doing all these. I mean, we've been through a journey.
Picture from the bridge, at the Hilton or at the Marriott.
Oh yeah,
there you are, baby. Yeah. Holding it down. So this whole organization and what we're doing here at Team Light just getting bigger and bigger every year. So we're so excited for everyone that's coming. And
so we got Leo King on. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, Leo King. Hey, your peeps were there. You know that they came in hot. So the whole point is we want this. We like our events, especially this conference that we're doing. It's going to be more like an experience, since we're going to have the Hopi there, the Hopi prophecy. I'm going to have, dude. We're bringing in Navajo dancers to dance for you guys at the mixer on Friday. So, you know, I'm Native American myself. I really think it's important
Dude, with the cowboy hat.
Yeah, it's very important to have. Yeah, cowboy baby. Yeah, that's Bastrop.
Yeah, that's bad. That was the.
We've been on a run, dude, for
I'm saying,
2 or
like,
3 years.
the run has been gnarly, dude.
We've been on a nonstop run for about 3 years straight, like 2 years, 2 events a year for the last 3 years.
It's been like
yep,
wild. Like I've been having
we rented out the
blast.
convention center in Bastrop. That was awesome, dude. So,
Honestly, and like every DJ.
oh, yeah. Oh no, that was the solar eclipse. Remember?
Yeah, that was insane. That was like
we rented out the place
hardcore.
for the solar eclipse.
It was hardcore,
It made
dude.
the X.
That was hardcore. Oh, yeah, that was me and Rich Lop doing it. Our show back there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what these events are. They are full.
It's a family event. We just want everyone to have a good time and chill out and be in the beautiful Sedona. It's a great place to bring your friends, your family. It's a family environment type place, and we have great music. You know, it's a dance party Saturday night. It's a Galaxy Ball. I think it's the Atlantis Ball this time. I think it's the Galaxy Ball. Yeah, I mean, look, just those are just the red carpet photos from the bridge. So we always want to make sure everyone has a really good time. There's Masadi, it's my boy Moss, and those. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of talent going on here. But yeah, there's
It's gonna be awesome. So I'm stoked. Make sure you get your tickets now, and then we will be putting up live stream ones too.
Yeah, teamlightstore.com. Just click on events, get your tickets, and then once you guys get your tickets, we're gonna have more and more information that comes out. Like I said, we're kind of ahead of the curve right now. We kind of hit it hard after the bridge. I mean, we're already like, boom, we're up, because we want everyone to be able to schedule and plan and do what they want to do. So,
well, and as an astrologer, that May time is like the sweetest spot of like,
and the weather's gorgeous in May. May is
all these planets are still direct, and it's like we can really do big things.
Yep, the weather's gonna be beautiful.
Like the biggest things we've been able to ever do is gonna be that period, like ever. So
let's go RV baby.
Straight up.
Get your Venezuelan Boulevard before they revalue their currency.
I mean,
I'm not a financial expert, but if I were,
right,
pay attention.
Or for me, I'd be like, you make sure you got your AI out,
or get your AI, get your crypto. But yeah, but
it's kind of crazy because there's those different worlds. Like
I threw a net at gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, bonds. I just threw a wide net, and I just need one to hit.
Just one.
Just one. I threw a net of 8, 15 things. Just one hit.
Yeah.
And I think that if anyone is out there just kind of, you know, figuring that out or what they should do, just take a little bit of investment.
Well, and I think
that's
going to pop, but I think the number one thing in the future is our knowledge. That is going to be the biggest thing that pops in our information.
We're survivors, dude.
And it's all of our knowledge, and it's when we come together to bring all of our knowledge together and bring it together. Yeah. That's where you're going to see that's going to be the biggest like value that there is.
People in Japan are so hungry for this information. In other countries, Estonia, when we do our stuff, like this disclosure movement is way bigger than they ever in the United States want you to think. The entire planet is hungry for this. Australia, New Zealand, UK, for Canada, Asia. Everyone wants to know what's going on because everyone feels it inside of their body. They're not being told the truth. So everyone is having a mass awakening right now. And because we've all experienced this mass trauma together, almost like we experienced a huge flood, the whole planet, right? Together for 4 years, we were like, this sucks. But we all went through this trauma together. And as we pick each other up, that's something we actually have in common. We all were here. If you're an ensouled being right now, and you've been alive this last 10, 15 years, you've really gone through something profound. And I just think it's time for the planet to win. I think it's time for us to fulfill our destinies. And I just cannot wait to really get started on what we're here to do.
Which is crazy to say since it's been nonstop for fucking 16, 17 years. I know.
The starter pistol, it hasn't even gone off yet. So please... We're running a marathon, not a sprint. Just
honestly, when the event's going to be is like the starting gun just went off like just weeks prior.
Weeks prior. Yep.
So that's actually a better time because it's kind of like you don't have to feel like,
If you're trying to figure out what to do with your life, and this, let's say this financial abundance hits hardcore, you're probably going to want to meet some of the people that are going to be at Rise of the Guardians and just hang out, meet some new friends.
And even just the people you meet there, like that's the thing that,
you know, we have like 6 or 7 marriages of people that met at our conferences and got. So, I mean, I didn't know that. They're like, no, we met at your conference. I'm like, what? Like, no, we're married. We met. I was like, this is awesome. So if you're a starseed out there looking for love, come on out.
It's crazy because there is no real like.
No, David's going to be DJing, and you know how fantastic he is.
It's because that's where like
music.
That's where the connection.
That's where the connection. It happens on the dance floor.
It does. I mean, you know, glad that I was able to make that happen.
So
we all, and anybody who's been at those events, we all made that happen for those people. We all brought that.
We created the environment for our friends and family to come together, period.
Right.
And we know how difficult it is out there to be the platinum sheep of the family. And I'm not longer saying black sheep. We're the platinum gold, you're welcome, we incarnated sheep of the family. You know,
I think it's more important now than ever because it's been, this is my last thing to say, is it's been difficult doing this work for so, and seeing how many people fell off. And it really, I think 2026 for me is like, it's not that many people like left, right?
What I'm trying to say is now is not the time to make drastic life changes. Now is the time to hold your family tight, breathe, calm down, and think clearly. Now is not the time to make drastic decisions.
Because there's so many people, because always the choice in their life is like not picking the spiritual route. It's really weird. So that's been that zombie kind of like energy.
Oh yeah, listen.
And every one of us are being crunched in every area to make us feel like, do I quit? But you don't. You're just like, what do you mean? That's
small steps. Like, just as long, like I said, your ground game.
Yeah.
What's your ground game? Every single human being right now.
Consistency with doing the work. That's the main thing.
Wake up. I do this routine. At least I do this. And then after I work, I at least go to the gym. I steam, I sauna. It gives me just enough relief where I can go to bed. We're all going through this roller coaster together. No one's getting a free ride right now. No one's getting a full night of sleep. You're not alone. Everyone's getting racing weird thoughts. What I can tell you is this. The stronger your ground game is, the more easier it is for you to go over these roller coasters. Instead of it going like this, it kind of levels out. Okay. So please do take the due diligence in your own life to make whatever changes you need to for a better life.
Because you don't want to be chasing for a high right now.
Just chill.
Falling down to a low, because that is not a stable place to be. No, especially in these times, we need to be really on point.
We're 600 days. I mean, this whole thing is what, I mean, if we're really talking what we're talking about, what if we just knew like, yeah, we're 639 days from full blown spacecraft in the sky. Everything on the world. That's what. No, what I'm trying to say is like we're in it right now, but we don't want to look at the real shit. That's like,
I know.
You start counting down days, 600. You know, and then it's going to be 599. Right. 590. There's a clock ticking, and no one's talking about it. So, I'm just trying to say, try to be nice to your relationships. Yeah.
The start of that this year.
Yeah. We're going to get a little
this summer,
July 27th, 28th. Yep. We're going to get a little shot.
I'll do that.
And there's nothing to be scared of, ladies and gents. If anything, if we are getting contact, it's probably most likely to assist us, considering that there's been a lot of poor decisions made on our behalf on this planet. And it's very strange to be, born on a planet that you have to pay to live on. That's not normal in the cosmos. That's a slave planet. So I know that Dr. Stephen Collier, what's his name? Yeah, Stephen Collier, he was talking to his Andromedan homies. He goes, it's the craziest thing. Alex Collier, he was talking to his Andromedan, contacts. He said, the strangest thing about you is, Alex, is that you think it's normal for you to have to pay to live on a planet you were born on. We can't even comprehend that.
Right.
Like we're so traumatized down here. You know what I mean? Like we're all dogs in the kennel and we've all been abused. No one you know what I mean? It's like no one can help anyone else because we're all being, you know what I mean? Being abused. So the time for our true strength in divinity is coming, and it's days. I mean, it's countdown timer right now. You can start the clock right now. 600 days counted down. We're gonna get a little flash in, the 16th.
In 600 days, John Wayne Airport right here. It won't be airlines. It'll be being.
I just think it's gonna be. How are you gonna convince? I mean, you have things in the sky. They uncloak, and you're sitting there, and you go, "Well, I guess your government isn't in control of the planet." Right. I guess your belief.
That's my number one.
That's what the governments are scared of. They're like, and it's not just the questions of, well, how are they flying without gasoline? Okay, that's what the government tells you. Right. No, it's because you no longer will follow the leadership of someone who doesn't have your best interest in mind and is stealing from you. And that's what I think Trump's trying to do away with the income taxes. He's trying to get this Federal Reserve under control. He's doing all this because he's going to say, "Hey, look, we're good. We're good. Don't take our power away." I mean, it's not him per se, but you have to understand, Mr. T is doing a great job. He's fighting an uphill battle against. He's trying to undo like 25 years of that in like a term. You know what I mean? In like a term. So I think these guys are doing the best job they can.
Yeah, and it's really not even about just him, because like if you look at like RFK and what he's done. And to me, it's like kind of
there's a whole team of people doing their best. I'm going to hold off on the judgment. We all know the past, sleepy PP Joe.
I think that the lesson was who's willing to work together. It doesn't like RFK joining with Trump to me was like, it doesn't matter what their DNR or any of that bullshit. That's what we all have to do in life. You might not agree like with some people's values of certain things, but get to the spiritual level and what the mission is. And then all that shit doesn't matter.
And again, not trying to get political whatsoever, and whatever everyone's belief system is, but I just want whoever's in charge on this planet to realize there's a population of people that is waking up rapidly, that are awakened, their critical thinking and their higher selves are behind the wheel. You are no longer dealing with an unconscious population, and our free will be heard. So that's all I wanted to say. You're no longer dealing with a bunch of sleeping giants. These giants, or these angelics, are waking up, and we have a lot of questions on how our energy has been used. So.
Right. Well, maybe it's like Gulliver's Travels. Like, it's the giant on the beach.
There's an easy way, or there's a real easy way. Right. You know what I'm saying? So. I feel that we have this, and I feel like to stay positive, stay in your heart, and that's all I have to say.
There's a giant on the beach.
It's like Loki yelling at Hulk. Right. He just, I'm a god, and Hulk just smashes.
I think that new movie comes out this year too.
December.
It's been a while.
December 17th, 2026. Yeah. Doomsday.
Do you think Captain America comes back? But he died. He was old.
He caused the problem. That's why. He saved this universe because Stark.
Right. No, I know. And then passed it on. But I'm just saying, like, I got a feeling there's some.
Yeah, no. Let's just hope they don't. It doesn't get too weird out there.
Yeah, I hope they don't fuck it up.
Don't get too weird. Don't try to remake Superman.
I know.
Bring back Harry Cavill. I'm sorry.
And they didn't need to bring Spider-Man in that shit.
Just bring back Henry Cavill as Superman, and we're good.
Spider-Man's
We're good.
We're good. Peace out, everyone.
Later, guys.
See you in Sedona, and then follow us on our socials. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Peace.
Instagram and TikTok flood you with 10-second horoscopes, clickbait. No depth, no truth. People beg for the Leo King to do it, and I only ride out when it's gotten bad.
One man's riding, truth in hand. Leo King's the last to stand. Eyes wide open, fire inside, cut through shadows.
Floods you with 10-second horoscopes, clickbait. No depth, no truth.
Real astrology fire, truth crusader, taking it higher, breaking chains of fake desire, burn the false race, truth's empire.